Yes, wheat. What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. I just felt like I know the Alpha and Omega bring the messages, but I promise you, I felt like the camera turned on and I turned into somebody else, beloved. I don't know what happened. I think Lottie just burst out. Like I don't know. Don't get me to go on yet. I feel like something is off. What's the vibe, beloved? What's this vibe? It is Saturday, 10/18/2025, and we are trying to figure out the vibes. Hey sis, hey, thank you so much for tapping in. Today is so weird. I do not understand the vibes that we are feeling. Spirit said something about feeling valued. We was just like shuffling. At first we listened to part of a live from Soul of a Man 504, Mr. Damon Alvarez. He doesn't go live as often as he used to, but when he does, I try to catch him and support. So he was mentioning something about defining the destiny life in his live today, and he said something I think to in response to one of his viewers where he mentioned something about value, and it hit me like we always talk about creating value, right? And I think he was going something. He was kind of just conversational, and he was mentioning something about getting money. Hey, Queen, welcome, welcome. Missed you. Thank you so much for tapping in, beloved. It's so great to see you. Great day, grand rising. Um, but Mr. Alvarez was talking about chasing money. And it struck me like instantly. It tied back to a couple things we talked about last week, which is creating value. Like wealthy individuals, there was a period when they was chasing the dream, but they weren't necessarily chasing money. And I think that's the difference in vibration, because what you chase runs from you. So it gave us the feeling like to welcome your destiny, to welcome your money, like to come away from chase energy. It was giving us like, if we are creating value, then the money will chase you, right? It will run towards you. It's not going to chase you because you're not going to be running from it, the runner chaser dynamic. But you are welcoming it with open arms, and energetically, you're saying, I'm ready to receive. And the more value we create, the more benefit of that value you see delivered into your life. And so it was funny when we were shuffling, we see I feel valued by my friends and family. And I see appreciation, and we see goddess energy, right? So it's like creating value in so many different ways. Like, what is it value in terms of value assessment? Like, a lot of people can assess what they consider your value to be, and everything is not valuable to everybody. I can create something and people think it's a piece of shit and they don't love it. But then some other people will be like, I really appreciate that. Like, I've been looking for something just like that. So thank you for filling in that need and filling in that gap. So there is a thing with value, and there is a thing with assessment, right? A bottle of water is going to be valued at different prices depending on where it's at, whether it's in a Dollar Tree, whether it's in the corner store, whether it's at the airport. You know what I mean? It's going to be different. And that could be based on how other people are assessing it. But how do you assess your value? And are you seeking to create value? Do you have you found your niche in what it is that your soul wants to do? So those are the things that's going around in our head. Those are the downloads. How they gonna come together, we don't know. That's the ingredients. Y'all know what it is. It's the Tears and We Tarot show, beloved. Don't act surprised if you knew, now you know. This is your girl Lottie, right? We are a channeled messenger, a spiritual reader, bringing messages to you from the Alpha and the Omega. It's gonna start slow like that old school Crisco. We gotta get it out the can and into the pan, and the Alpha and Omega come in and turn the heat up. We get to cooking. We really don't always know what. It started off as a bunch of ingredients like we just explained to y'all. But if you are willing and able to stick around and get the message, you will see how the ingredients come together to make the meal, beloved. So that we are strengthened and spiritually strengthened to bear the yoke that's on our shoulder. It's giving edification. Somebody needs some spiritual nourishment. It's like changing things around and how you think about it, especially when it comes to value and assessment. I'm seeing the word self-assessment. Do you take a self assessment and do like that for your and evaluate yourself? You know how you go to be on a job or whatever, and here comes the yearly performance review, right? And they want you to rate you. How many people struggle with being able to rate themselves? Like when you look at your performance over the past year, can you find the value that you created, be able to express that, to state it, and associate a value with it? Yes, I deserve a 5% raise. Here's why. Because last year I created this, this is the impact those things had. So yes, you need to value me at this. This is my new salary. Can you do that for yourselves? A lot of people can't. A lot of people struggle. I know they do because they have fucking courses to teach us how to assess our own damn value. And then we get upset when we go to other people or other people want to tell us what they think we value that. Well, I mean, first you got to know how to assess yourself, know the value that you bring and what you create and what's your niche, right? Be so into you that you don't need nobody to tell you shit about yourself, especially your value at that, beloved. You know when you not being treated right, when you not being appreciated, and you might have to move away from these people. That's just it. Don't be stuck all up in your head, like thinking about how other people feel about you. No, the awakening is with the hangman, is to understand your own value. See, conflict, chaos, drama, competition. It's a lot of competition in the market these days. That's what makes it a market. Everybody competing for their product to sell or to be picked up or, whatever the case may be. It's a buyer and seller type of thing. But if you don't understand your value, then you will let anybody put anything on you and accept it. Spirit said, hell no. So if you in your head trying to figure out why the fuck people around you are not valuing you, why they are assessing you the way that they are assessing you. Spirit said that it's time for you to understand and wake up to your own true value. Spiritual court is here. Courthouse. So people could be in spiritual court. Yeah. And it's given like the four swords, the case may be getting ready to rest. Like the defense has rest. The prosecution has rest. It's something about the value that's here in the assessment. Y'all, we made some iced coffee today. Why the hell did we make iced coffee when we cold as shit? I don't know, beloved. It just didn't make no sense. We put some cloves in here, some nutmeg. The cloves is good. That's the part of pumpkin spice that I like. Y'all know pumpkin spice ain't no real shit, right? See what I'm saying? It's value. And how the hell do people assess it? This conversation on podcast material kind of thing, just so y'all know, right? But it's like the value, right? Y'all know pumpkin spice ain't shit, but like I think it's cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, and something else. Allspice or some shit. But that's really, it's not no real thing. So everybody that be waiting for fall season to run to Starbucks and get them a pumpkin spice latte, you could have had that shit all fucking year long. You could make it at home, obviously. But it's just the thing that pumpkin spice is some made up shit and people just place their value on it is how they assess it. We discovered that the secret ingredient that we really like in pumpkin spice is cloves. So now we've been on clove, putting that in damn near everything. Clove tea. When we make the coffee, we put cloves in the pot so that it can steep in the hot coffee and pick up that spice. This some good shit. This some good shit. Look, the way we assess it, I'm just saying. But why we make it cold today, y'all? And it's cold. We got on extra layers. And we drinking some cold ass coffee. I don't know. It don't make sense to me. Let me jump into the live with y'all. Say what's up to the week before we start pulling these cards. For real, y'all. Thank you so much for just hanging out, just chilling. We just chilling. It's Saturday. We ain't doing nothing heavy today. I don't think we is anyway. I don't plan on it. The only thing we plan on doing is maybe harvesting the rest of this herbs and spinach and stuff out the garden and do that last little pool, and that's probably gonna be it for the season. I don't think we're gonna grow anything else after this. Miss Monica, thank you so much for tapping in. She left a comment yesterday. Thank y'all, Michelle, Haiti. Thank you so much, cardamom. Oh, that's a good spice too. Is that in pumpkin spice? I know. Thank you so much. I love this cap. We got this on vacation. We were on a road trip. It's one of my favorites. Yes, I did see Miss Monica. Hell, hey, why I can't speak? LC, why we couldn't get your name out, beloved? I don't know. Miss Monica, thank you. Wake, hey, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. Y'all so wonderful. I hope y'all got great plans on this Saturday. What Michelle say? You can't, what you cannot tell a lie. I used to be that person every fall at Starbucks. Me too. Girl, we used to be a Starbucks Gold member. When I say getting them rewards and free drinks and muffins and cakes and shit, we it was so bad that all three of the babies, my two, all three of them, to Blessing 5, 6 years old with a damn Starbucks card. Why is Blessing 5 with a Starbucks card? They all had their own card, their own account with points and shit and all that. Till they changed the point system. I don't like it, so I quit going. Plus, this shit is expensive. That look, it went from buying a coffee, a latte, and we got a bad coffee addiction, y'all. When I say this right here is iced coffee, because when we brew it, we make it so strong, y'all. It be like espresso. So we pour the rest of it in the pitcher and put it in the fridge. So whatever we don't drink from the hot brew, we just save that as cold brew. And now we got iced coffee and hot coffee too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not finna pour this shit out and pour it down the drain. We're about to put that shit in the refrigerator and use it for another day. So that's what we did. We had to stop. We were talking about drinking Americanos with 5 shots of espresso. We was so wired up we could not go to sleep. It is expensive. Yes. Look, you talking about it was in Starbucks. I remember when we was in mortgage. When we was in mortgage, when I talk, but look, we would get there at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd be going home to 7, 8 o'clock at night. We was hitting 10, 12, 13 hours is maxing them out, especially before the mortgage crash. Like when business was like, to what? Look, and then even after the mortgage crash, right? Because it was like all these HARP loans and homeowner assistance relief program is what it was, and people who were going through foreclosure because they just lost all the value in their house, and the government was trying to keep people in their home and all this shit. When I say we was working so many damn hours, I was at Starbucks first thing in the morning. I was at Starbucks in the afternoon. I was at Starbucks in the evening because we needed that last push pick me up. Okay, look, it's bad when you drinking Monsters or what it was it Red Bull. We was drinking Red Bull and putting 5-hour energy shots in it. I'm surprised my heart didn't. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking about one of these boys, a big can of Red Bull, fill a cup up with some ice, dump that in there, throwing them 5-hour energy shots in there to keep your girl going. You talking about this, reading documents and closing loans like this. Calculator, look, one here typing up here, the other half numbers. That it was nuts. When I tell y'all, look, your girl used to be the Energizer Bunny. If you know anybody that work in a mortgage operation center, not the loan officer, not the real estate agent, the person that's drawing up your documents and confirming all your shit and getting you through underwriting to the closing table, beloved, that person is in that in that operation center like this, wired 10, 12 motherfucking hours a day. My sister still works in mortgage, and I look, we almost 50. I don't know how she do it as a closer, cause they don't look. All the fucking problems roll downhill, and you not the most glorified position. You would think the person that's drawing up your documents so that you can sign and everybody transfer the money, and yay, I got the keys, that they would be pristine. Shit, you talking about value again? It's how people assess it. What is the coveted position in mortgage? It's the loan officer. The person that you go to and say, hey, I would like to get qualified for a loan or to see how much I pre-qualified for so I can buy a house. And that's the person that you interface with. Do you know that person is usually the shittiest motherfucking person in the whole damn process? That's the most least knowledgeable, generally, the fucking person in the process, but they got the most value. Why? Because they out there getting the customers for the business. The person that's making it happen at the end of the day, like we was the closer, give value the least. Everything rolled down motherfucking hill. If the loan officer didn't get enough pay stubs, if they didn't get enough bank statements, if they didn't make sure you had enough money to close, they pushing this bitch down the line because you gotta buy this house in 30 days. Why? Because your time at your rental is up and you gotta move to what? You got trucks scheduled and shit. You need your keys today because the moving truck is outside and you ain't got nowhere to go. Somebody gonna be in a hotel for 2, 3 days if we don't make this shit happen. So that closer at the end of the day, they the one that's doing that final push, clearing you to get everything so that you can get signed off and all the money can get transferred and you can get your keys. And the person that missed 50% of the shit that's supposed to be in the file based on your application, they're the ones that get the praise at the end of the day. This such and such person unclosed 30 loans this month. They're the top fucking loan officer. They're the top real estate agent. They the ones that fucking just sold you a bunch of shit. And the people that made it happen don't get no recognition. It's all about the value and where they place it. Just testimony. Spirit said, truth, clarity, see some shit, and value and appreciation. How do we assess it? How do we assess it? Yeah. Oh, wow. See? Yeah. Thought you was going to be homeless waiting for the loan to close on your house. Yeah, yeah, and you know what? And that loan being new to the company, guess what? That mean the loan officer don't know the program. They probably don't. The fucking processor done missed some shit. The underwriter probably just pushed it through, or it might have took a little bit of time in underwriting because they trying to make sure they got all the regulations and all that shit, has been fulfilled. And then the closer has to check off all the boxes, and they send out the wires at the end of the month. I mean, not at the end of the loan, not just the end of the month, but you know what I'm saying? That's their part. But the loan officer could be selling a program that he don't really fucking understand how it works. You know what I mean? It'll get all the way into underwriting to find out that you don't qualify for the shit and they have to send it back or put you in a different program and try to find something that does fit. But again, them the ones that get that commission. They be getting like 3, 4, 5%, and don't. And back in the day, they used to charge points on your interest rate, so they getting paid on the front end, the back end, plus they fucking commission, and don't know what the fuck they doing. I'm telling y'all. But it's all about where the company put that value at. You fuck over a loan officer, you call him out on some shit. Why the fuck was this not in here? How did it even get to my department? Because it shouldn't even be approved at this point. So now I gotta fix it because it's on my desk. And I got this customer that need their home or they gonna be, like Monica said, homeless. So we gotta figure it out. How am I the closer doing this work, but I don't get none of the fucking appreciation or the value at the end of the day? Shit. And they expect you to be on call damn near 24 fucking hours a day. Anytime your phone ring, you better answer that bitch. And you better be on your best customer motherfucking service. I told my sis, I don't know how you keep doing this shit. I had to look when the mortgage in 2018 wholesale rates took a dive, and so we were not doing so great. I was one of the highest paid VPs in U.S. Bank in my location, not like above you, not Union Bank, not U.S. Bank. Uh, so in that corporate office, I was one of the highest paid VPs over closing. We was doing billions of dollars a month. When I say we was kicking motherfucking ass and taking names, beloved, what? Rates changed. You can't get the business to come in because people not taking rates at 4, 5, 6%. They just wasn't doing it. And they getting charged a percentage because we bringing in the business from other companies. It's like affiliates. So highest paid is the first to go. That was me, yo. What do? We stood up another business. We have been doing mortgage for so long. We understood the documents. So we set up a mobile notary business where we would travel to the customer's house and help them with their documents, scan them in, back to the title company. They can get funded. That was one thing. And then we always wanted to do project management. Even in mortgage, we were always continuous process improvement. How do you bring value? That's the thing. If you are a person with creative ideas and the mindset, you can look at a process and figure out how to make it more efficient, how to do things better, how to save costs and money, you will grow. So we always wanted to bring value. And so that's the thing. How do you create value? And when you bring value, that brings something different to the table that is not easily accessible in the marketplace. You create a niche for yourself, right? And so, thank goodness, for the most part, we've always stayed gainfully employed because we always get in and we figure out a way to add value, beloved. How do we make it better? It's off the principle of stewardship. I want to make it better than it was when I found it. And if I could find ways to streamline, to make it more efficient, to go faster, increase our velocity, to reduce errors, all those things make a difference to a company's bottom line. And so when you find those ways to make improvements and drive value to a company, you are more likely to secure your space. Anybody could just come to work and do some shit and just be like that monotonous and you almost disappear into the fabric. But when you drive value, you stand out and you create a lane for yourself and everything else follows. But the thing about it is, can you assess you? Are you assessing your own value or are you allowing other people to do that for you? Because again, what they gonna pay for you is different where you're at. If I'm at the dollar store and I'm water, I'm $1.25. If I'm at the airport, I could be worth $5, $6. Same bottle of water. It's all about where you at. How they gonna value. So let's get this general comment. Thank y'all so much for the conversation. It's actually turning, it was stressful, sis. When I say stressful, it was stressful. Journal collective reading, and I'm so glad to be in project management now because we were able to take the skills that and everything we've done in mortgage and transfer them over into a new industry. So we went from the downturn, we made it through the mortgage crash, we didn't make it through the second downturn, which was in 2018. We did start business, but then that led us into project management. We had to go and get some certifications, so we were useful with the time so we could really solidify the transition. And then we were able to get our foot in the door and we've been going ever since. So now it's been 6 years in a different industry and it's so different. When I say the stress that's in project management is nowhere near like the stress in mortgage. So I really value that. But it used to fuck with my head. Eight of Swords, right? Not only is it a competitive market with the Five of Wands, but it's the fact that it's so peaceful. For the most part, for me, it's like When you come from a state where you running 10, 12 hours a day, go, 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 when you drinking nothing but shots of espresso and Red Bull and 5 hour energy shot combos to stay up and stay moving and stay going, right? I'm talking about closing hundreds of loans and doing billions of dollars a month in loans, okay? So you know the exertion. To go from that to I'm this is the parameter and it's slow and today I only got 2, 3 meetings on the calendar. By the time Tuesday come, I be done did every fucking thing I need to do for the week. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, okay, now I'm sitting up here making up other shit again, still trying to find the ways to drive value. So either I'm studying to learn more, to become more senior, more knowledgeable in the craft and the discipline, and creating different models. Like, how do we expand it? How do we make it better? How do we, this works with this department. So let me go find somebody over this department and see what they think about how we can make this collaborate with them better, make it streamlined, more efficient. That's the way my brain think. I'm always thinking about how to drive value, how to create it. We've never been a person to chase money, ever. Never been a money chaser. People will say that. People will look at us and say that we are money hungry, that we chase money, but we don't. We don't. I got family members that said, I mean, my one of my aunties, we don't talk no more because she just got a nasty disposition. But her nickname for me is bougie. She swear I'm so bougie, and I'm so not. I am one of the most down to earth people that you ever want to meet. A half of this shit, look, this right here, Family Dollar, beloved. This truck stop, okay? You know, I am not bougie at all. Just not. But people will look at my life and say that I am, but I'm not. I never chase money. Never chase money. I create value. And as long as we create value, the money comes to me. You create value, the money will come to you. You never have to chase it. You only need to welcome it. Create a pathway for it. Yeah. Yeah, misperspectives. It's just, you know what? It's just how some people. It's projection. It's projection. That's literally what it is. Like, anybody been around here long enough, y'all know we have a Tesla. Why do we have one? Because we were living in California and we were commuting 70 miles one way, back and forth to work. That's 140 miles a day. On top of a car note, which is about $400 and $450 per month, on top of gas in California, which is about $4 a gallon. And you talk about how much you are paying for 140 miles per day. That's a gallon, a full tank of gas every other day. By the time we got finished paying for the car note and to put gas in the car just to go to work, it made more sense to invest in a Tesla and pay that car note, which by the time it's paid off, no more gas. So we release that bill, right? And we start to get a different return on the investment. And we reduce costs because we don't have to pay gas and we can charge electric in the garage. That's the only reason why we got one. And my ex-husband had to convince me to do it. And by the time we ran the numbers, because we mathematical, it got to make sense, we was like, oh yeah. And then we shopped other EVs, hybrids, to figure out which one was going to be the best deal. Why the fuck would I pay the same amount of money for a Chevy hybrid that I'm going to pay for a fully electric Tesla? One that I still got to put gas in. One that I still got to get, tune-ups and all that shit, that type of maintenance, because it has a oil motor. Tesla doesn't have any of that. So I'm not only reducing costs on maintenance and on gas. And at the end of the day, when the car is paid off, no gas, rate of return comes in. So that's the reason why we have one. And thank goodness it's paid off. We were diligent and sacrificed to make car payments in such a way that we were able to get it paid off a little bit sooner than what the loan demanded, I say. So we get to see the return on investment a little bit quicker, based on that sacrifice. But people would look and just be like, oh, you was just trying to be this. No, we wasn't. Not at all. We was thinking about that coin and the best way to expend it. How to drive value, beloved. In my opinion, it's not valuable for me to just fucking blow all my shit out in gas. That's just how we felt about it. We couldn't afford it. It was not affordable to go to work. It just really wasn't. And it took a two-person income to maintain our life. Now it's just period. He couldn't do it by himself, and neither could I. Not in that. Not driving 140 miles a day. Fuck no. When we met, I was living 2 miles away from work. That was it. So it was affordable, because if I needed to, I could walk, beloved. So what do you do to drive value? Are you chasing money? Are you still trying to figure out your destiny? Are you still trying to understand your passion and what it is that you're supposed to be doing? What is your soul attempting to express? That's the thing that the experiences of the past reveal onto us. Think about the things that piss you off. What were the things that hurt you? When I say get down to that, you feel like that shit cut your soul open. Your purpose is in that. It's a principle that's wrapped around that thing, and your soul wants to use that experience to drive value. You will create something, you will do something that's valuable and is given when you in your purpose will take care of you, yo. It will bring you provision. So you never have to chase money, you never have to chase riches. You just create value, and that makes the pathway for it. I give without expectations to receive. Yeah, giving back to the universe. Give back to the universe. Give back that event. See, and setting high standards. See, people think I'm bougie, but I'm not bougie. I just got high standards. And look what's on the other side of this. We just said that. Find your niche. Your niche. What is the value that you are supposed to be creating, and it's based on your own experiences? They want some angel numbers. This. Okay. So, somebody's ancestors is coming through. Ascended Masters ancestors coming to speak to you. They said give back. If there's something you can do at little cost to you that will have a big positive impact on someone else, always pay it forward and don't keep count. Don't keep count. The value is you giving back to the universe, to the ether. And it is based on something that only you can give, is your niche. And it's coming from something that impacted the soul. It is a soul expression. And your soul expressing itself is your dharma. That's the dharma. Here it is. 7 spiritual laws of success. Y'all seen this so many times, right? 7 spiritual laws of success. The last lesson after the law of detachment is the law of dharma. Law of dharma is number 7. Right? The law of dharma, or your purpose in life. And y'all can see so many notes, right? We've been down this so many times. This says we put to give love, because the Spirit gave us that note to give love. And see, that's kind of like what they're saying, giving back to the universe and giving without expectation so that you can receive. Everyone has a purpose in life, a unique gift or a special talent to give to others. And that's what this is. It says, if there is something you can do at little cost that will have a big positive impact on somebody else, it's giving to other people. And when we blend this unique talent with service to others, we experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our own spirit, which is the ultimate goal of all goals. That is your dharma. It is to exalt your soul. And how do we do that? By serving in the gift, serving in your niche, to give your specific value, beloved. And whatever that thing is, it comes right out of your spirit and is revealed to you by all the things that you have experienced. What are the things that hurt you, that caused the biggest emotional impact, emotional disturbance, interference, grief, tragedy? That is where your purpose is born, we. You want something else in here? Do you want that page? No. Show me where to go. This one? Okay. You know what? They took us right to the law of giving. Look, for one, the law of giving. And we talking about giving, are we not? Giving back to the universe so that you can receive. I give without expectation. And it says the more you give, the more you will receive. I can't make it up. Look, this last part right here. The more you give, the more you will receive. Because you will keep the abundance of the universe, circulation, right? It's circulating in your life. So I don't know who need to get this book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, Deepak Chopra. It's on Amazon. It's probably less than $10. So if you don't have it, it could be a great investment. It says, I think I put, did I give the right one? I think I went to the top of the same page. But the more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. In fact, anything that is of what value in life multiplies when it is given. And ain't that what we talking about? See, circulating, hopefully y'all can see this, right? And anything that is of value, it magnifies when you give it. So don't hoard it to yourself. I just have to read that again because I think that's so powerful for us to be sitting up here talking about value all this time, and then Spirit pulled this, giving back to the universe. You know, and we get down this lane and they come right here to this page. When I tell y'all, they just be doing shit that just be astounding to me. And not everybody is gonna feel it the way that you feel it. I know y'all watching at home and you can't feel what I'm feeling, but hopefully you can see it and it ignites that emotion, that resonance. Because it is not coincidence how these things come together. They're the ingredients, but the Most High bring them together to make the meal so we can be spiritually edified. And I thank everybody that's able to sit through it and allow it to take shape, to give it the patience, just to see where the Most High God is going to take us. It says the more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. In fact, anything that is of value in life only multiplies when it is given. That which doesn't multiply through giving is neither worth giving nor worth receiving. If through the act of giving you feel like you lost something, then the gift is not truly giving, and therefore it will not increase. But if you give grudgingly, there's no energy behind that giving. And we recently talked about being a joyful giver, and why is it so important not to get wrapped up in your head about when to give and when not to give. If a person or the situation, your spirit, does not allow you to feel joyful when you are giving, that's something for you to stop, pause, and think about. Why am I conflicted? And discover that before you charge forward. Because it could be something in that relationship, Two of Cups, that you don't see, that you need to end, that you need to change for the good, It could be something in that. Giving when you don't feel joyful does not allow the abundance in your life to grow. Give with a joyful heart, right? A light heart. And you will see joy magnify in your life. You will see the value that it creates, the value that you are creating, the pathway that it makes, and the abundance will flow back into you. If you give begrudgingly, If you don't feel good about it, only thing it's doing is creating blockages. So how can things come back into you if it's blocked because of the energy that you put on it when you gave it? Again, you're the one that's making the assessment. If it's not something that's creating a positive value, then don't do it. It's not going to be good for you. If a highlighted space, they're calling me to read this little highlighted section. If you want to be blessed with all the good things in life, learn to silently bless everyone with all the good things in life. And a silent blessing doesn't, again, it's silent. They don't have to know that you're blessing them. Yeah. It could be a prayer, it could be a compliment, you know what I mean? So they don't even have to know about it. Even the thought of giving, the thought of blessing or a simple prayer has a powerful effect on others. And that's what we were just saying. It has a powerful effect. Yeah. Anything else? 12 laws of the universe is here. So it's definitely something with finding your niche and what is it that your soul wants to express. Can you look at your life experiences, the hurt, the pain, the grief, and figure out what is that thing? What activated me? What brought me into a state of awareness, of consciousness? What did it cause me to feel? Sometimes it's relative to a family issue, a social issue, political. It could be an array of things. It's definitely something that your soul needs to give. And you will feel great about making an impact on giving that. It's definitely a niche. You give without expecting to get anything back. It's just simply to be helpful, to provide some sort of value. And you open up the pathway for abundance to flow back into you. You never have to chase anything. What you're chasing will always run. If somebody is chasing you, it's because you're running from it. Right? You make the pathway, you create the value, and you welcome it. It's a very big difference. Hopefully, y'all feeling what we picking down. And set high standards. See, abundance is a mindset. They wanted us to flip that. So, yes, set high standards. Now, high standards is different from fucking crazy ass preferences. Okay? Leave it open. Be a little bit flexible. Okay, everybody ain't gotta be 6'12" and make 700,000 million for $1 billion a month. That's a preference, okay? But the standard is something different. The standard says you have to have character, you have to have morals, you gotta have ethics, you have to be accountable, you have to be honest, right? Those are standards. You gotta have a spiritual connection to something greater than yourself. Understand you have purpose and that you drive value. Like you have an impact on everybody else. Those are standards. And set them high. Now, all the rest of that shit is a preference. So understand the difference. Again, honesty is key. Honesty. Come on with this thing. Did they not say that's a standard with this here? Honesty. You can't be honest with yourself. You damn sure ain't gonna be honest with me. Hell, you lie to you before you lie to anybody else because you said that shit in your spirit. You thought it and then you spoke it out your mouth. So you ain't you. If you a liar, you lied to you, you lied to me. Shit. Honesty is key. Make honesty your policy. With friends, with business, with yourself. What the spirit just say through us? We didn't say nothing, the spirit said it. Be honest with yourself. And don't let nobody else drive your value. I'm honest with myself at all times. I know areas that need to be improved. I'm accountable. I'm responsible. If I need to learn some shit because I don't know some shit, my responsibility says shut up until you understand it. Ask questions. Hell. Don't be out here just spitting nonsense. I am the director of my life. That's what it is. And it's given past, future, and present. Be accountable. Didn't we literally just say be accountable? I'm responsible. And entitlement. Some people just be wanting to get shit because they feel like they should just fucking have it. We just talked about that. Folks who think they should have some shit just because they fucking breathing. You talking about a person that do a damn self-assessment? They look, them egocentric ones, arrogant as the fuck, don't got a problem with assessing themselves and they overly pumped up value. Like some people who just value what they could. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be good on the rising. I'm trying to. Your sexual organs don't provide the value. I'm just saying. It might be fun to play with, but that's not the biggest value, beloved. I'm just saying. For some people, it is. Somebody in spiritual court. It's giving misrepresentation. They misvalue their assets. Y'all know how I'm trying not to be offensive, but President Orange, you know how he be getting in trouble all the time because he increased the value, he inflated on some assets, and then he deflated the same assets depending on who he reporting and shit to, because the value that he placed on it is important for whatever it is that he doing. So for tax purposes, he don't want that shit to be all the way the fuck up there. Why? Because he got to pay more taxes on it. But if he going to get a loan and he going to use that asset as leverage, as collateral, one of them C's, right? Then he going to put that value all the way the fuck up there because he want to maximize the to get the loan back off of it, how much the collateral is worth. Somebody might have been misstating their motherfucking value is what it's giving. Yeah. Honesty, be honest. Gift is here. You are the gift. So set high standards. Be honest with yourself. Understand your value. And when people receive you, they really should appreciate you because they are receiving the gift that is you. But if you don't understand how to self-assess your own value, you will attach to people that don't want to do shit but take from you. So be careful. It's an end to that. The same way that you would do your self-assessments and valuation at work for your performance review is the same way that you need to do a self-assessment just in general. Yeah. Some people really feel like the only thing they have to offer is sex. It's like, okay, you not good. You don't do nothing else good? And I get it. It's industry for that. I don't feel no kind of way, no judgment, no shade on the sex industry. Porn, I think, or prostitution, dates, and all that shit. However, it's a place for it. It's a place for it. I'm not no moral character fucking person when it comes to that type of energy. Why? Because some people cannot readily go into the marketplace like the dating world and just find and pick up connections like that. Sexual frustration is a thing. People who feel like they are just, they and to me, sexual frustration leads to other crimes. It's a control thing with raping somebody. It's not about just getting that fulfillment. It's about control, right? So it's a lot of things that happen when people are unable to access connection. And I think that people should be able to access connection. If you feel like you are talented in being able to make people feel loved and connected and comforted and helping them to release that pent up energy, then I think it should be a place for it. And it is. It's the oldest motherfucking profession. It's the oldest industry. Why people feel like that we shouldn't do nothing with it, or those women don't deserve protection, and those men, however it go, they don't deserve dignity, to me is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole thing. But you should be doing that in that industry. You shouldn't be using those skills and talents and abilities to manipulate other people because that's the only thing you feel like you bring. Video vixens and all that shit is based on sex industry. It's sexuality and it sells. Sex and pussy will sell when nothing else will. I'm just saying. Excuse the language, but not really. Value. Okay. Self-perception. Courtship. See, hookups and people who would be in despair. This person want to, date somebody so bad or have somebody to feel connected to get a release. But in the marketplace, the other people might not look at them as they're valuable. Like, I don't want what you have to offer. And it's a buyer and seller market. So when they be talking about some of our relationships transactional, yes, they are. It's always a giving and receiving. Every fucking thing is transactional. You give, but you don't have to have an expectation back of what you would partake. Well, that's some bullshit too, because you do. You in relationship with a person, you gonna have an expectation on what you gonna receive back. Y'all set that shit up in the dating process. Courtship, thief. You don't want to be fucking robbed for all your damn energy, privileged lady. It is fucking transactional. Okay? We giving and receiving for a reason. One, comfort, honesty, connectivity, safety. Those things have value. You don't do all that vetting for nothing. For to not end up with something at the end of the damn day. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's transactional. But you are the one, you and that other person you are determining and assessing the value. You know what you bring in. They know what they bring in. Y'all make the motherfucking agreement spiritually, contractually to one another. And then there you go. Those are the terms. It is transactional. Mature man, and we did see the mature woman. See, this privileged lady, you might need somebody that's a little bit more mature, that got that high level of honor, and it's giving them high ass fucking standards. Spirit said, you set the standards high. What? They gotta have a certain level of honor, a certain level of valor. You know, it's giving some shit. Judgment, courthouse. They somebody putting in a petition. That's what I heard. Somebody else is in fucking spiritual court, and somebody else is gonna get the privileged lady who got these high ass motherfucking standards. Somebody that's mature with the honor to handle that. They're going to appreciate it. They understand the value that she bringing. And this person is honest. Yeah, occupation. You could meet this person at work, or they could just support your purpose. Message of concern and message of concern. Imprisonment. Somebody going to jail. It's giving spiritual jail. For somebody, it could be physical jail. Official person. I'm hearing investigator and journey. Distant horizon. You gonna be going, somebody going on further in their journey, continuing to move forward. A pathway is being made, right? But it's something about another person or people in your life that did not value you. They did not appreciate you. So these people are in spiritual court. Some people in prison already in concern. It's given like I don't even know if they on probation or if they feel like that they gonna be able to get out of this jailhouse and petition their way back in. But it's something about a theft here because the way they laid the cards is imprisonment. So somebody already locked up in concern. Eight of Swords, right? That's like jail. And Hangman is like being concerned or having something on the mind. The spirit is trying to bring it to you. They're trying to awaken you to something. You see the light on the concern is like the spirit is illuminating something to this person. And we get in courthouse. So that even the imprisonment could be you, in your head, thinking about the value, assessing it with the concern and having the enlightenment come in. And then it could be going to court. You could be taking people to spiritual court, people who robbed you, or you feel like you gave something out and you did not get the value in return. What was the transaction supposed to be? Either way, it's given like somebody being caught up in their head. Yeah, it's definitely with partnerships, right? Lovers, connections, partners, right? You are petitioning, is given people that you're like breaking up with these folks, people who will steal your energy, who will get the value that you're giving, but you're not getting anything in return. I'm getting a thinker. I'm saying thinking woman, gift, privilege, mature man, high honor. This is where you should give it, and you may be considering giving it to this person, or is this person honorable enough to receive what you have to give? And it could be because you were in relationships and partnerships in the past that didn't work out, right? And you've had to petition even the court based on these thefts of your energy or whatever they took from you that you feel like is the value, right? And maybe being repaid, maybe, you know, just a lesson, learning the lesson itself and really assessing who you give your gifts to. See, yeah, you don't want to give to a bad situation. And it is giving mental health like somebody is in their head about and thinking and considering who to give their energy to. Yeah, change is here and unexpected income giving and receiving. So it could be changing how you give, who you give to. Changing something in your mindset is going to have the effect of you receiving something back from the universe, and it's going to be unexpected. See, the what you get back may not be money, but it will be something of value. It will be some sort of currency. Oh, well, shit, there's money. Woman holding a coin. It's definitely getting back a return of energy. Right. Something will be coming back. And because it's like, see, look, door to value. How you love that. Because you hold this energy, you understand that you create the value, you are driving it, you are operating in that niche, you're creating and carving out a pathway for you. As you continue to carve forward, your energy goes out before you and is making the way. Your destiny is stepping and coming into you at the end of the day, and you will meet in the middle, like along the way. So continue to hold your energy of creating value and giving it out into the universe, and it does give like freely, that come out of your head about who you think you've given to, and even if you think that they robbed you, because at the end of the day the universe will always repay you, restore you, recover you. It'll always balance. The universe always balance. Come on with this thing, 22. Look, it's written. It's so many different doorways that the spirit could bring in these opportunities. Don't shut yourself down or close doors based on your own understanding. Spirit said no. Look, hostile energies and financial constraints, right? Others that have done you wrong and took your value or mistook your kindness for weakness, or your money, your time, your energy, your effort, and try to enrich themselves in some sort of way, those energies will be repaid. They will. That you don't have to worry about. Look, storm warning with the broken hearted, and we see contract and action right here. Okay? See, they will be repaid. But it's something about the storms that you went through, the grief that you experienced, and how it is helping you to understand your purpose. What is the contract? What is it that you're supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to be expressing? How are you supposed to be fixing? What did you come to experience? What did you come to do with it? And when you start to take those actions and move forward, it opens up the doorway to everything, beloved. We see man holding the heart and the fourth chakra, which is heart energy. So not only is it helping you balance your heart, your emotions, is it going to run you into a person that understands your heart, your emotions, what you giving out, like all of it. And it's like you understanding that you can't limit the universe by the way that you think about it. When you think about it differently, you open up the door to value. The universe starts to balance things out. And it needs freedom to balance in the best way, the highest way possible, because the universe has set very high standards. Like when you pray and you ask for the Most High God to do things in a way for its highest will to be done, you may be shocked on how that shit comes together. It's going to come with some grief. It's going to come with some tragedy. It's going to come with some shit that you did not even believe. Because as high as the Most High God can take you, it's just as low as you can go too. And all of it comes from the same Most High, the creator that made everything in existence, the foundation, the very fabric of consciousness, every pixel down to the subatomic particles and the minutia, period. It includes everything. And the law of polarity, duality exists. So, yeah, there's balance. Something is going to happen. And we want justice to come about, then we have to understand that justice is balance. So, it's going to be both the up and the down, the high and the low. Yeah. Come outside the world purview and think about things a little bit differently. This person, that's energy that's on the other side, outside of Gaia, looking at Earth, right? It reminds us that there's so many things that we don't know. It's giving universal law, universal principle. Your destiny is on the other side waiting for you. As you take a step towards it, it takes a step towards you. Happy family. That's like the Ten of Cups. That happy, happy, happy. Water overflowing. And some of these people could be spiritual family, right? Over the rainbow type of energy. If somebody wants family, like the ultimate, like Ten of Cups, it's giving fulfillment. I don't know why they stopped me, but they wanted me to say fulfillment, right? Because some things by themselves don't equal fulfillment. Career by itself doesn't equal fulfillment. Home by itself doesn't equal fulfillment. But career, family, friends, spiritual grounding, mental health, physical health, all those things, in financial security, all those things equal complete fulfillment. And that's what I'm getting. And it doesn't matter like the number in your bank account. It's just being secure and knowing that your obligations are met. That's a part of provision, protection. Yeah. Look, strategy 21. That's the world card. Here is 29, but this is the world card in Tarot is 21. And it's giving the strategy so that your soul purpose can be fulfilled, to meet this high standard that's already been set. And then run across the right person that also has that same standard. See, all tied up. It's something with this Eight of Swords. All tied up. This imprisonment. It's something with that energy. So I don't know, again, if this is you as well as other people. 23 is 5. Is giving conflicting ideals, conflicting principles, conflicting mindset. You know what I mean? With the all tied up. Needing to be released. Understanding your own value, how to assess it, and don't let anybody else do that shit for you, beloved. Yeah, brokenhearted, magician, and patience is coming through. We see journey and indecision. So somebody is indecisive on which way to go, and the spirit is telling them to be patient. I'm getting something being revealed onto you. It's giving like heartache, healing, grief. It's giving alchemy as well, because magician knows how to alchemize the heartache and the grief into purpose. That's a part of the strategy. See, give yourself time and patience. Right? Not only time, right? Patience to alchemize this heartache and grief. Because you don't want the heartache and grief to keep you in a bad mental state where you cannot assess new partnerships with the right people, beloved. You understanding your own value, self-assessment, setting these high standards, providing your purpose, your niche. And it comes from the heartache and the grief. You doing that and giving to the universe will give back. And it's given like that's the strategy. And it's given like you will learn how to assess your own value and do that for others too. Like who you should attach to, like the frequency, the energy of it. And understand that people will kind of come in and try to attach to you because of the value that you do bring. You have financial constraints. People with low energy, they will come in and attach to you. And you could also be moving yourself from financial constraints to wealth. Like it's given from poverty to provision. Like people who have felt like they have not had enough. 13 is giving the end of financial constraints. And we see 6 right here with the 42, that you are entering into the reciprocal relationship with the universe, giving and receiving. And that came out in the books, right? See? It's giving healing. So whatever you could be coming into, is this the same person is given to? It's giving patience, alchemizing the heartache and grief, and it's giving healing. So two different principles of alchemy and healing. You may have the ability to alchemize energy and help other people do that as well. And you can run into a person that's a healer, an alchemist and a healer. Yeah, angel of love. Whoever this healer is, they're a very loving person. This my uncle, y'all. I gotta text him and let him know I'm here. He might be on his way. My uncle, I'm home. But it's something about you being this angel of love or running into an angel of love and action and understanding the right action to take. And it could be because, yeah, somebody thinking. And they already gave us the thinking woman when they did like this. So it's definitely something about thinking. And I'm seeing a thinking person from like the wisdom oracle deck. So, because they sitting like on this stoop or something like this and they just thinking. So let's get into what does the ascended masters and oracle healers have to say. You are free. So it's something mental, right? How many times this is 8 of swords and the imprisonment and feeling locked up. So it's definitely something about freeing yourself mentally. Yeah, cleanse yourself and cleanse your space. I don't know if you got projection coming in, like other people's energy. It could just be residual stuff from the past that you need to continue to alchemize. Karma is coming through. It's giving yin and yang. It's giving balance. And look, the world card completed a major cycle. Yeah, we lead and you follow. It's given, we said that energy, right? Or the spirit will go before you as you're making this pathway and you are kind of following the energy that you're putting out. So you are staying behind the spirit of that energy that you are emitting. I hope that makes sense for somebody. Because the energy that you feel, you resonate with, you're putting that forward and it's helping drive and create the pathway. You are behind it, you are following it. Your soul is always going before you, beloved, if you allow it. Pine cone is giving awakening. Pineal gland activation. We saw the hangman that's behind their eyes. See the ability to see. So somebody is definitely coming into activation. You are chosen. Yeah, and you have a mission. But have you accepted it? Have you dug into it? Have you discovered it? It's coming from the hurt and from the pain, from the grief. That is what's igniting the passion, beloved. Yeah, so stand up now is coming through. And indigenous. So getting back into your indigenous roots, how your peoples practice. How did they awaken? What was a part? It's something about initiation. I'm hearing the word initiation. I'm hearing the word initiation. Hey Diana, thank you for tapping in. You know I'm hearing it. Dirty Diana. No. Ace of Earth. Ace of Pentacle. Definitely got something to do with abundance. And Spirit said abundance is a mindset. So cleanse your mental space. Right? Abundance is a mindset. You only have to create the value. Ace of Earth. You create the value, and everything else will come into you. You don't have to chase anything. So all of that energy, and we be singing paper chaser and all this shit, wrong frequency. Change the channel, beloved. Change the channel. Seats in the earth. You don't have to chase the money. You don't chase money. You create value. That's the secret of the rich. Poor people chase money. Rich people, abundant people create value, beloved, and other people pay for it. That's a huge difference in how to think about it. We were getting down that lane earlier this week. How do rich people use their money to create more money? Money is designed to create more money. You need to give it a place to expand. When you give anything room to expand, it grows. It wants to fill the room, yo. So if your money don't have an account, a space for you to put it into so that it can grow and fill the room, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And rich people know to give themselves more room to create more currency. So what do they spend their money on? Shit that we would think is frivolous. Why do they have a maid? It's not because they don't know how to clean up. It's because their time is more filled by doing other shit besides cleaning up. They got a lawn keeper. Why? Because not so they can look great in the HOA. No, it's because they're not going to be spending their Saturday cutting grass. It could be resting and doing some other shit or playing golf to bring down their mental stress, to give them more space to create more ideas that's going to drive more value, beloved. That's the why. Not simply because I want to be the man and egocentric and I got a maid because I don't feel like cleaning up shit. No, I got it because I need a space so that I can create more value, which brings in the money. It's a whole different way of thinking about it. Shit, we got accounts and some of them barely got, look, they get spit down to where they get spit down, but it's because we put the space and allocate for the money to do what it's supposed to do. Some shit is to pay obligations and some shit is to grow. And you gotta give it room to grow. Give it a space. That's what the rich people know. Hermit, self-discovery, introspection, and mentorship. Somebody needs a mentor in finances. You got the vision. You understand that you are creating value, but there's some other things that you don't understand about the mechanics of money and how to actually get it to come into you. See, somebody could be on that paper chase like we was saying when we was back in the mortgage industry, when we was doing them 10, 12, 14-hour days chasing money. Now we're in a position where we know to create value. When we look back, introspection and reflection, we could see that what we were doing was actually creating value. At that time, the value was reputation. If Lottie name came across as your closer, you knew you didn't have shit to worry about. We started winning accolades and getting recognition because of the way that we operated. You're talking about with ethics and high integrity and high standards. Honesty. When I said something, I said it, I meant it, and that was it, and you could trust it. Those things that you cannot put a dollar amount onto, beloved, people will find a way to keep you in their company because you bring value like that. That's not readily accessible in the marketplace. People know soft skills and shit like that. It's all kinds of skill sets that you have to grow in terms of professional development. Now, you ain't got to do a fuck shit thing. You can keep doing what you're doing. If it's working for you, great. If you don't feel like doing it, that's your business. But if you want to get that wealth to come in and don't have to run around and fucking chase it, you might want to listen. Mentor is here. See, it's definitely something about the people that you connect with. Your network is your net worth. If you don't have no connections that's going to help you mentor you to where you want to be, you doing yourself a disservice, you doing yourself a disservice. You want to go fast, go by yourself. You want to go far, go with somebody else. You don't know it all, and you can't do it all by yourself. You just can't. A good leader knows how to lean on their team. See, 6 of fire. You want that recognition, you want that success, you want the longevity, go with somebody else. And understand who you can go with, beloved. Who to attach to. Who got what you need. Who else is creating that value, that integrity, that honesty, that accountability? Truth. Truth. Inspirational communication and adjustments. What is the adjustments that need to be made? Can you face the truth? Honesty is the best policy. You can attach to a whole bunch of people that can say a whole bunch of shit. They could have got a whole bunch of shit, but how did they get it? Just saying. Ill-gotten gains don't last, beloved. They don't. They don't. If they got it creating misery, it's not going to last. What is that legacy, and do you want to be attached to it? I'm just saying. See, do you want to be attached to the bullshit? 7 of fire. Block that shit out. Challenges, determination, resistance. Sometimes the truth is that you have to block out some shit because it's just not good for you, beloved. What is it for a man to gain the world but lose their soul? Just saying. 8 of fire messages. Going to hell in a handbasket super quick. Why? Because the works of their hands was on some bullshit. Right? But if you stay on the up and up, then the Most High God will accelerate you. It will accelerate you and you will grow. Again, that's that expansion. Give your money, your value, space, and room. The Most High God will grow it. It will accelerate it. So you ain't got to do the fucked up shit in order to get it. You ain't even got to chase it. You don't. Create the value. That's the realization. That's the real shit. That is the real. The illusion is that you got to chase it. The truth and the realization is that if you create value, it will come to you. You just need to make room. Look, Will and King of Earth. If you make room, it will come to you. That's the truth. 3 of air, the 3, the heartache, the grief. If you put this out like the passion, what did this grief do to you? What did it open up? What did it make it realize? What did it make you feel? When you feel something, it ignites the passion within you. It goes from this to the Page of Wands, Ace of Wands energy. It ignites a flame. And you give out that passion, you create that value, you're in the circulating exchange with the universe. What you put out, it will come back. Because you're not putting this passion out to hurt nobody. You're putting it out there to help, to have an impact on creation itself. And you will be repaid for that work, beloved. You will. Somebody needs to open up and transmute and alchemize the energy of heartbreaking grief and understand why the Spirit put you through it so that you could think through it. You could use it. Somebody not thinking about it like that. You might need to change your mindset. You might need to slow down and just think about it differently. Think about it differently. Queen of Earth is coming through. That's money. King of Earth showed up. Queen of Earth showed up. Queen of Earth is out here twice, actually. She's down here twice. I feel like she's right here in this space. Yep, she is. See? Queen of Coin. It's something about you being very energetic. It's energy. Energy. Everything is energy and everything is frequency. That's the truth be told. Everything is energy. And everything come out of the dark and into the light. The Most High God called forth the light from out of the darkness. It separated it, right? So if the darkness came first, when you go through the brokenheartedness and you go through the grief, them 3 of Swords, you have to know that that is the beginning of something. It is the beginning. Out of that darkness, out of that grief, you will birth something. You will bring forth light. You will bring it out. But can you see it in that way so that you can release it? And you quantify the value. You don't let nobody else tell you. See the star. The star is the light that shines in the dark. I mean, all of it is really because the sun is the biggest star in this solar system. And it's shining in the dark. And we just call it daytime. Get that? But the truth is that it's always fucking dark. It's always dark. These illuminaries are shining in the dark. They're bringing forth their light to illuminate what's in the dark. So if that darkness, that heartache, that grief, Right here, if you haven't put no light on it, you ain't letting it do something to shine and bring forth some sort of awareness to illuminate something, then you missing out on your purpose. That's why people be feeling like they still haven't found it. Why they still struggling to release certain emotions, because you haven't put it into service. Everything serves the Most High God. Everything serves. Grief serves. Tragedy serves. Atrocity serves. How do you allow it to serve? Come on with this thing. Ace of Water. Everything serves the spirit. Everything serves. Emotions. Allow that to drive you and understand and break down your relationships, connections with people, with everything, with creation itself in general. And tap into your intuition. Tap into your spiritual gifts. Understand how you are in this space and everything that you experience, everything that you feel serves your purpose. It is a part of the strategy. It is a part of the plan. Yeah, Page of Fire, I told you. You do that, you get into those emotions, it will light the flame. Page of Fire. It will light it. Creativity, enthusiastic, and motivated to change some shit, to do some shit, to provide your value, to get into your niche. But people be stuck because they don't understand the process, beloved. They don't understand it. So we're going to take out that Hangman and that Eight of Swords we've been talking about, awakening, coming out of the mind, and getting some understanding. Yeah. Nine of Cups. Promise fulfilled. Wish fulfilled. Purpose fulfillment. Right? Not King of Pentacles. Okay, here's the Queen of Earth, and we saw the King of Earth come through as well. So connecting with another person that's on that same energetic level. Increasing your energy, continuing to expand. Yeah, strength. Showing that strength, that diligence, that perseverance, courage, and bravery to continue to do it. You're strong enough to do it. You have the power of infinity with you. Judgment. What choices are you making? What they got with that? Eight of Pentacles. Making the choice to do the fucking work. When you make the choice to do the work, like they said, Eight of Earth, the Most High God will accelerate you. It will expand you. It will expand you. The work of your hands. Look, there it goes. Stability. Provision. Celebration. Could be kingdom, right? Working for the kingdom. You made the choice to do it, and the Most High God will accelerate you. It will grow you. The universe, you are in partnership, collaboration with the universe. You give out your niche, you create that value, and it creates a way for you to. Look, it's going to move you forward. Putting you in a boat, away from the chaos, away from the conflict, away from the bullshit. Look, that's calm. That's tranquility. That's you taking that piece of peace and transmuting it back into wholeness. Come on with this thing. Ten of Swords. The worst is over. Can you see it? Every one of these swords, you awaken to the lesson that it gave you. How it pulled you closer to yourself. To your divine self. The energy that's within you. The God that's within. Helping you understand your own value, how to assess it. No longer allowing people to do that for you, beloved. Understanding where to put your energy at. Yeah, struggling. Letting go of that. Getting into building. And look, building what? Here's the Ten of Pentacles. Page of Swords. It's like understanding, learning, growing, being a student, building, working in the kingdom. It's definitely something that you're doing and it's purposeful because Spirit said you are chosen. You will learn something about your lineage and what it is that you're supposed to be doing and driving this value to create it, to build something. And it's heavy. Ten of Swords to the Ten of Wands. You done been through some shit. You chosen to carry some shit. You definitely been hurt and definitely been through it. Look, see, hurt, regret. You done been through it. But the hood is off of your head so that you can see, beloved. Are you able to see? Don't let nobody else assess your value. You do it for yourself, both of these, yeah. See, star energy. Healing that shit, and it's definitely something with connection. Somebody don't want me to show that partnership. You are the star, that shining light. Yeah, Two of Wands. It's definitely a sacred plan here. The pain that you went through, the hurt, the stress, the heaviness, all to help you understand your own value. It was these connections. And that's one of the first cards that we were talking about. It's feeling valued and feeling appreciated. Whether it was with friends, family, and we went through work and stuff like that because it's just an easy analogy to kind of go through. That's the road Spirit took us down. But somebody didn't feel valued in relationships and connections. And you got hurt. And it's given over and over and over and over and over again. Multiple people hurting you. It is given to 910. It could be 9 different individuals, 8 because the 8 of Swords keeps coming up. It's been here, that's the energy. It showed up a couple times. So it could be up to 8 different individuals. 9 Swords could be you. What are the things that you are lying and telling to yourself that you need to let go of that's causing you this anxiety? And then the 10th Sword dropped that clarity, that last thing, so that you can see clearly. You can make the decision. You can get past the stalemate. You can move forward. And sometimes that clarity is this Knight of Air in reverse that we need to slow down. Slow down. See, look, slow down. 7 of Pentacles. Slow down. Take a little bit more time, a little bit more energy, so that you can not only put energy into self, grow you, offer forgiveness for the things that you knew and what you didn't know. Any decision that you made in the past, anything that anybody did to hurt you, how do you transmute the energy, how you use it to create value? Light your passion, get into your niche, get into your service, create the value, and allow the abundance to flow into you, Wheat. Yeah. So you don't have to sit in that seat of the 4 of Cups like you missed an opportunity. It definitely is. Somebody could feel like that, discontent. Like, woe is me. Why did it have to happen like that? Why did it have to go like that? Why do I have to feel like this? Look at all these motherfucking cups and what the fuck happened, and they using me for my spirit and my energy and my creativity and all this stuff. These relationships didn't work out. Now I don't want to accept any other opportunity. Spirit said that could be the wrong thing to do. You are letting those past situations taunt, and it's like taunt you, haunt you, and stop you from getting what it is for you. It's like you only at the halfway mark. Like you not. It's so much more in front of you. Yeah, King of Cups. Balance out those emotions. Accept your cup. Accept the opportunity of the day to move past all of this shit. The Spirit is giving you a whole new cup. Will you accept it? Or will you sit in bitterness? Yeah. See? Anxiety. Anxiety. YouTube channel God See. Hey Charles, thank you so much for tapping in. Is that your YouTube channel? I don't know if you were here already. Did you say hello? Hey Charles. Barbie or Barbara, I almost called you Barbie. Thank you, Barbara, for tapping in. NBA, thank you so much for tapping in. Hello, hello. Everybody, Charles says they have a YouTube channel, God See. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, 8 of Wands. See, once you come out of this 9 of Swords energy, being caught up in your head, and you see things clearly that you are the one that creates the value, and understand how to do your own self-assessment. Don't allow anybody else to tell you what you're worth. Understanding, you and what you bring. Yeah, I almost said it, y'all. I almost said it. We're not going to say it. Because we do not like that question, what you bring to the table. Fuck out of here. If I gave you my self-assessment, you wouldn't want to fuck with me no way, because you would think I'm bougie and my standards is too fucking high. So why even ask me the damn question? It's a trick question. Don't y'all think that's a trick question? Is there ever really a good way to answer that shit? Because people, again, they assess the value that they're looking for and what they are willing to exchange for it. So, isn't that a trick question? Somebody put something in the comments. Do y'all think that's a trick question? What you bring it to the table? First of all, I didn't create the table. The Most High God created the table in front of my enemies. What did I have to bring to the table? I brought my grief. I brought my sadness. I brought every experience I've had since I've been reincarnated on this planet. Because I offered it all up to the Most High God. I put it all of it into the God box. And then I offered myself onto it as well. So whatever they told me to do, I just seek instructions and I follow through. I'm obedient. Obedience is to the Most High God. They tell us what to do. So if they tell me to leave you, then that's what the fuck we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a real good way to answer that question. If somebody asks me that shit, y'all look, the moon, they not gonna fucking understand it. They not gonna understand the answer. That shit is illusion. That shit is such fucking manipulation. The magician. Like, seriously, Queen of Pentacles. Look, I'm abundant. My mindset is abundant. I can grow anything from anything, beloved. People talking about some shit don't grow in the dark. Says who? Lotus do. Come on with this thing, Michelle. My sister, Michelle Fernandez at Life Mantra Tarot, her channel, the logo is a lotus flower that grows in the dark. Who says you can't get it out the mud? Who says a rose don't grow in concrete? The cracks of cement. Yes, it does. Growth happens through the most adverse situations. Things can grow. Without light, yes, it will grow in the dark. So who are you to assess my value? And again, if I was to explain to you what I brought to the table, you may not value it. You may not appreciate that I come with this bag of shit that we've alchemized into our abundance. That I really don't own anything. I'm not coming with anything. I'm not even coming with myself because I belong to the Most High God. I could never belong to anybody else because I don't even belong to me. See, a lot of people not going to understand those conversations. So why I ask the question? It's a trick question. How much is a bottle of water worth? Depend on where you at. If I'm in a Dollar Tree, it's $1. Hell, at the store, it could be 99 cents. How the fuck is the corner store cheaper than the dollar store, beloved? But again, where are you at? If I'm at the airport, that shit could be $7 for the same fucking bottle of water. Where are you at? A person coming up to me talking about something, what I bring to the table, they could assess that shit at anything. I could be fucking, richer than rich, and a person don't give, especially just being female, because we know in these day and age, masculines, if the real ones don't give a fuck about your money. They don't. Well, some in toxic masculinity don't care that you fruitful. They don't give a fuck about your degrees. They don't give a fuck about your accomplishments. They don't give a fuck about your track and how you overcame or none of that. They don't care. What do they want you to do? Be the maid because they don't want to pay somebody else to do what they don't want to do. That's it. A maid with benefits. Now, some low vibrational people will give a fuck about your money and what you bring to the table. Why? Because they want to eat off you. You fruitful. You know what I mean? They want to siphon your goodies. They want to eat from your shit. They want to know what's on your table because they're the Most High God couldn't build theirs. Why? Because they ain't fucking following instruction. It's a two-way street. The Most High God, what? Building the table. I'm over here passing the wrench and the nuts and you know what I mean? Here, this is what you need. I'm getting water and feeding and doing stuff. They not just building it by themselves. It's still collaboration that happens. Now the right person that gets your energy and they can see clearly what you bringing. They not even gonna ask you that fucking question. Why? Because they got peepers. They can see some shit. They got two of these and two of these other spiritual eyes, beloved. They see what they sow. They see your soul. They see the value in it. They can look at your life and understand that you ain't been through no motherfucking crystal stair. That shit was hard, it was rocky, you got it out the mud, you grew in the motherfucking dark, you alchemized some pain and some grief to be where you at, to sit in your seat. The master, queen of your own fucking energy, no matter what that means. They will see that. They will see the truth. They will see the value that's in it, and they will want to connect with you, to grow with you, to help you expand. Both of y'all expanding each other. That's magnification. That's true shit. That's real shit. Fuck out of here asking that dumbass fucking question. What you bring to the table? Shit. I gave everything to the most I got and just helped them build it. Whatever they told me to do, I followed instruction. They don't like that damn answer. Just saying. But it'll let you know who you talking to, though. Shit. Just saying. Anything else we would say? No. I feel like it was something else you wanted to get, though. Four of Swords, rest. It ain't got to be hard. Pull back. You know, chase. Everybody running, everybody chasing. Like a track star. Got your motherfucking gym shoes on and sweating and shit. Fuck that. It's a different way to go about it. Provide value, beloved. Egocentric. Sometimes people are just so self-important. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. Well, you gotta be you. If you don't be your true, authentic self, because nobody else could be you. But at the end of the day, it's not about you. That's the thing I'm getting. It's not about you. It's about creation. It is about the fact that you signed up to do a job. You accepted a contract, and you're supposed to be working on that. And sometimes we get sidetracked. See, Queen of Fire, confidence. You're supposed to be doing something spiritually chosen. And look, we see exuberant and determined, intelligent. That fire lit. King of Water behind that. Emotionally balanced. Working on balancing your whole self, all of your energy, your masculine, your feminine. Working on transmuting and alchemizing the grief. Turning it into the purpose that you are supposed to be serving with. Like, what are you supposed to be doing? What does your soul want to do? What has the grief and the pain showed you? Move it to purpose. We are creating heaven on earth. So that means that on earth is not always going to feel like heaven. You're in a garden, but there's adversity here. It's an adventure. So how do you create heaven when you relent to the darkness and you just sit in a hellish mindset? Go on a journey. You signed up for it. Don't sit in just bad energy. It's not always going to feel good. It's not. But those things that hurt us, again, are the things that we use to put us into purpose. And be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with other people. Exactly, Queen. The light came from darkness. If they can't see your value, then there's no need to answer the motherfucking question. You just told me you don't see it when you asked the question. I am building the tomorrow that I want, and you building it today. Every decision that you make. Thrive in uncertainty. You're not always going to see the way, but just know that your spirit team is in front of you making the way. The Most High God is. Keystone decisions. There are 4 major decisions in your life that will either shape you or break you. Where are you going to live? So who you live with, who you married to, what are you going to do, and what are you going to dedicate your life to? Think about those things. Take time today to reflect on these big decisions and be honest with yourself. Don't deceive you and don't let anybody else come in and deceive you to get your energy. Yeah, it's definitely ending those things, right? These all came right back out together, so we definitely gonna shuffle. But it's like strategy. And understand that the deceitful ones are a part of the strategy. They are a part of the whole. We were talking about, like, you know how sometimes you got them family members or brothers and sisters that you just don't fucking like. They be on some bullshit. Every time they come around, you know they gonna be on one. Like, watch your pocket, like, watch your purse, like, pick your shit up, like that type of person. They out here, but they still family. What you gonna do? You just could quit fucking with them and like, put some distance. The Most High God gonna deal with them too. Everybody get their shit. Everybody get their shit. See, I told you, hide your pocket, put your purse up, stealing, thieves. You know, robbing energy, robbing money, time, resources, love, compassion. You know, all that shit that'll get you to open your heart up only for them to hurt you again, beloved. Yeah, they come with the fuckery, the illusions. Yeah, you know. And the cup is definitely emotional manipulation. It's giving your spirit team is trying to warn you about these manipulators, these deceivers, and help you see it a different way. Because even those who have had like those family members in those situations, that shit still works towards purpose. I say you could talk to people about it. Yeah, smoke and mirrors, sis, smoke and mirrors. See, the chariot, this right here type of energy could be gas to move your chariot forward. You balance the light and the dark. That's how the chariot moves. It's not just the light, everything that happens in the light. It's what's over here too. Because everything that's in the dark is not low vibrational. Everything comes from the dark. Everything comes from the dark. Everything comes from the dark. Invisible light is the biggest spectrum of light. Visible light is like this big. And we know them as the colors of the chakras, right? So if you in that spectrum, then you in a little small space. Just think how much is outside of that shit that we don't see. Again, the sun is lighting up the dark right now. If the sun was on the other side of the planet, then it'll be dark as fuck outside. Then the other luminaries come out. You know, then you can see the other smaller lights, the lesser lights. They're not as luminous. And I always think, like, shit, nothing shines as bright as the sun, so who does the sun have to connect with? Nothing shines as bright as it in the solar system. It just doesn't. Sometimes you can feel lonely, and you can be concerned about connections. Who's gonna get that vibrancy? Who's gonna understand your energy? Who the fuck will walk up to the sun and say what you bringing to the table? Don't they just automatically see that shit? Don't let nobody ask you that. What's invested in you? What's inside? What you bringing with you? What you working on? You just keep doing what you doing, what you supposed to be doing. And you ain't gotta break your motherfucking back to do it. I love how she's standing up there. You know, she look calm. She got her little do-rag on and shit. But she don't look like she's stressed out trying to build or put the work in for her harvest. She just doing it. She understands something. She's intuitive. Page of Cups. Yeah, food. This new beginning. Working on a new beginning. And whatever you put your hands on, your focus on, it will grow. You see, like, her hand is not actually touching the crop. It's on this right here, on the little rake thing, fork or whatever. But her hand, her energy is kind of almost like this. She's focusing on it, right? What you focus on will grow. And giving it room to expand, which to me is this little thing. She could be moving out more dirt out the way because the crops is getting big, it's getting full. And she may need another hand to help harvest it. After it's 7, she going into the 8. She not quitting. People always say this is stuck energy, but to me, this is growth energy. This is growth, because sometimes you have to be patient because you don't always see the growth that's taking place. Just keep working on it. Keep working. If you give up, look, you will betray yourself. There's so many things that will make you want to give up and just stop. Like, it's not worth it. I'm not getting shit out of it. But that's not true. That's the lie. That's the thing. That's the deceiver that will tell you that so that you don't keep going. You quit and then you don't get your harvest. Because right here, it could get thick. You could feel like, oh, nothing's happening and I want to stop. But if you just keep working, you will get from the 7 to the 8 to the 9, beloved. And then the 10. The 9 of Pentacles is definitely self-sufficient. You're able to take care of all your obligations. Every provision is met. Just keep going. Don't let nothing stop you. See the heartache and the grief. Transmute that negativity. It will lead you to your purpose. It wasn't for nothing. It's not in vain. It will be if you don't do shit with it. And guess what? That same grief will come to another person and they will take up that contract and they will do that thing, that passionate thing to affect whatever this grief is. Because if it's something that creation needs, the Most High God will tap somebody else with. Don't ever think that they won't. Don't think that you are bigger than the purpose, than the will of the Most High God, because you're not. You're not. If you are chosen, if you've been selected, and you have been chosen and you don't accept that mission and work through it, the Spirit will give it to somebody else, beloved. They will. And as a matter of fact, you're not the only person on that mission anyway. You just have a part to play in it, and your part is important. It does have an impact. But you will reach, is given, meet and reach other people that's on that same soul mission, on that same journey. It's not just one messenger. It's many messengers. It's many prophets. It's many people who have been given the ability to commune with the Most High God, the Spirit of the infinite intelligence of the all of the source itself, to bring forth messages. There's plenty of them. You think that the Most High God only spoke to one group of people in one demographic, one geographic area, and that's it? Fuck no, it's not. The Most High God is built into all of us, and those who are able to tap into that frequency and hear, you can bring those messages. What did it ask you to come and do? Empress, Alpha Energy, Community, Three of Cups, all of us is given. Yeah, and Five of Swords. It's giving some sort of conflict in battle. And it's giving like the need to use the conflict, the battle, the hurts that we get from it and pull something out to move us all forward. We see journey and we see thoughts. It's here. It's different, definitely giving a conflicted mindset. There's something about the whole of creation needing to change its mindset. It could be an illusion, right? Again, the ego, the illusions, the shit people ask you because they just can't fucking see. See, it's a battle. Seven of Wands. My uncle here. And it's something about working together, collaboration. And look, here's the Emperor. And the star is behind it. Definitely work to do. Alpha and Omega. Collaboration. And it's something that's going to have an impact on creation itself, balancing out the light and the dark and moving us forward. I do feel harmony. I do feel balance. Peace. Yeah. Awakening. And that maybe that's what it is. Helping us all to awaken to our true self, to the divinity that's within. And we use the heartache and the grief again to ignite that passion. It's something about being enlightened because of the heartache and the grief. I gotta go get the door, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you for tapping in. 8 p.m. EST, 10:18 tonight. So if y'all want to come back, active subscriber readings will be here. I love y'all so much, just like we love the Alpha and the Omega that's coming through to bring this message through me, to me, and on to you. Create value, and everything else will come to you. To the next now. This was done. Ashe, and great day.